Whoa. Hello YouTube, I'm that girl biker and I video my life on two wheels and bring you guys along for the journey. Now if you're a member of my channel, you'll have already seen I've bought bike number 3. If you haven't already seen, because you're not a member, become a member. This is bike number 3. So I sold the Benelli, which was the previous bike number 3, because Ashley has passed his test. So I sold bike number 3 on the Monday, and I bought a new bike number 3 on a Thursday. So this is very different once again to the other bikes I've got. So I've currently got a 2002 Gixxer 750 in the black and yellow, which is my absolute baby. He's my baby bike. And then I've got an S1000RR, a 2018. Now, I don't really ride in winter. However, I've got no excuse now because I've got a bike that will ride in winter. So basically I wanted a bit more of an upright bike for winter riding that I can reach the floor on, a little less power and just a little bit more chill for these winter rides. Chill, get it? So here we have a Kawasaki ER5. Now I've never owned a Kawasaki before and I've never owned an upright bike. And as you know, I have been looking at upright bikes like the S1000R for next season. But I'm just not convinced whether I'll like the upright position because, I don't know, even my 125 that I had years ago was a sports bike style. So I'm just not 100% sure whether I'll like this. So I think what we'll do is, see I can't even flat foot on this, I'm going to have to carve some of the seat out. I don't even know if it's got my face in right now. So what we'll do is we'll just do a bit of a walk around, see what needs doing to it. It obviously needs a really, really deep clean and we'll go from there. There was a little bit of a leak on the floor this morning, I noticed. I've had it in the house for about a week now. And over the last couple of days there has been a bit of a leak from it. It looks like engine oil to me, so we'll have a look. So let's have a walk around. God, it leans so far. I'm getting my knee down, it's still on the stand. So it has got a centre stand, but I don't have the strength, let's see. I don't have the, what is that leaking from then? Maybe that's just mud that. I don't have the strength nor the technique to get it on centre stand, so it's not going on a centre stand. And I can't see any bits to put a bobbin on, you know, to get it on a normal stand, like a paddock stand, which is going to make it 10 times harder. Anyway, let's show you around. So we'll start up by the clock. So you've got 56,000 miles on it. Slight little bit of pit in there. The biggest seat you've ever seen in your life. A Tallulah hair already. And then your little grab bar at the back, which actually looks like a bit of a spoiler. For those wondering about the garden, it is under construction, so bear with. It's just truly, truly been neglected. Wow. So I already know I need a new rear wheel on it because it is the squarest of squared wheels. And obviously worn. It's got a different style of brake. It's like a drum brake, I think, which I've never used before. Which I'll have to have a look at. There's some sort of gauge there. It's just caked in gunk. And I think until I've cleaned it, I'm not going to be able to diagnose any leaks. It's got engine casings, which is engine bars, which is good, crash bars. As I do plan on, look at state of the garden. So just for reference, all this is getting dug up, literally all of this is getting dug up. All the other levels are getting dug up and we're just starting again from scratch. Some pitting on the forks. Oh. Should be able to get that off and then treat it then. The front wheel don't look too bad. Still half a wheel left on each, half a tyre left on each side. Bit of damage there. So all in all, not a bad bike. So a little bit more information on it. It is carbed, which I've never had a carbed bike before. The carbedness sounds fine, it doesn't sound boggy or anything. I'll give it a run in a second for you. I wasn't bothered about cosmetics on the bike is in regards to if it was a little bit battered, scraped. It's a winter bike, I'm just going to hammer it anyway. I just wanted to make sure that the engine was sound, which I think it is, apart from the leak. I'll strip the fairings off, plastics off, take some of the parts off, give it a clean and see where we're at. So the reason that I chose this bike was purely for the price. So I went to pick it up last week. It was, I think, a 2-hour ride, a 2-hour drive there, a 2-hour ride back, and it cost me the grand total of £500. 500 Great British pounds. Now that's the cheapest bike I've ever bought in my whole life. So for £500, engine suite, add an MOT, it's got service history. It's not been looked after in regards to the plastics and the fairings and the exterior, but £500. So yeah, I'm looking for another one. So if anyone knows of any more going that are around £500-600, let me know, because we want to get Ashley one so we can both go out on him. But yeah, £500, so I couldn't say no. So yeah, I am pretty happy with it. For 500 quid, what a bargain. Now I'm going to have to try really hard not to buy any parts, titivate or do anything with the bike that is not necessary. I've promised to Ashley that I won't do anything to the bike because, as you know, I get a bike, I strip it down, I go, this would look better with this, this and this, or we could upgrade this, this and this, and I end up spending a fortune on a bike like I did with the Benelli. I ended up respraying, replacing and upgrading parts. So I've promised not to do this with this one because it is just a winter bike. So, but anyway, I think I have chunted on enough. We'll start her up. Her? That's interesting I call it her. It's normally boys, bikes are normally boys to me. Is it a bit girly? I'll see how I get the feel for it. We'll start it up and just do a whip round and then I shall sign off. Let me get the keys. And we've got to do a boot check. Let's see how big the boot is. Boot check first. Whoa. Do you know what, actually? That isn't as big as the Gixxer. It's not as deep at the back. Have a look at this. Oops, sorry. So the Gixxer actually has more space there, but then you've got a little bit of a compartment there. I know it's called a rear cowl, by the way, guys. I just call it a boot because my Gixxer's that big. It's like a boot on a car. And then the actual seat. Right, look at that on my leg. Look how tall it is. Anyway, put you back down. Sorry if that made you feel a bit seasick. I'm sure you'll be fine. You'll get over it. That weighs a ton as well. So looking at it, the foam actually goes right the way down here. So I can actually take a decent amount off and not make it uncomfortable. Right, Right, so choke. How do I do that? Jesus, that's stiff. Is that supposed to be stiff? It's in neutral. So I don't know what to do with the revs here. I just know that I start it with on high choke and then drop it down to low choke once it's warm. Should we leave it sat? So that's at just under 2,000. I'll show you it. I'll put the mic near it. Sounds well. Right, there we go. So what I'll do is I'll sign off now. If you want to see me strip it, well, no, I'm not going to strip it down. So if you want to see what I'm doing with this bike next, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hype this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Goodbye. Oh.